Hey, welcome. Have you ever wondered, why am I so hard on myself? I just want to run and hide and not come out ever. Well, this is a story about Jennifer. Jennifer was hiding. She avoided getting close to people. And when she would get together with friends, she would ask a lot of questions to actually avoid talking about herself. She didn't want to open the door for someone else to see the real Jennifer. Jennifer was struggling. She was struggling with shame. And this was just one way that shame showed up in her life. So, in today's video, I want to talk about the silent tormentor, how to recognize shame. Now, I really believe that we all have shame to one degree or another. And I wanted to do this series of videos because I noticed that my clients, as a coach, my clients are struggling with shame in some way. Now, as I stated last week, there can be good for you shame. Good for you shame is like this great motivator to help us take responsibility for the things that we say and we do that hurt other people. A great motivator. This is the good for you shame. But today I want to talk about when shame goes off the rails. Shame goes off the rails when it shifts our identity. This is the toxic shame. Now, according to Juliana Christina, she says shame is a deep seated core belief that who you are as a person is inferior and inadequate or flawed in some irreparable way. Okay, you hear the hopelessness in that definition? That's the toxic shame. So, shame, toxic shame, is a deeply ingrained belief. It's a belief, not an emotion so much as it's that too, but it's a belief that often operates covertly and silently. And it shapes our self worth, it shapes our mental health and our self talk. Understanding its presence and then recognizing when we are struggling with shame is the number one crucial step towards healing to improve the way we talk to ourselves. Welcome to this YouTube channel. I'm so glad you're here today. This is the Tuesday Brew with Anne, and this is our third part in our 5-lesson series on shame and self-talk. Today, we're diving into what are the signs? I just want you to know that my work to provide you with educational tools. It's not meant to replace your counselor or your therapist. I want you to understand that this content is intended to just to educate you and to help you grow further in your walk with God. And so, if you're facing significantly emotional or psychological challenges, I strongly recommend that you find the support of a qualified counselor or therapist. And I want you to know your well being, it matters, it's of the utmost importance. So, seeking professional help when necessary, it's actually a sign of strength. Not many people do that. Many people suffer alone. They don't get the help they need. And so you are brilliant to get help. Okay. Well, let's talk about the signs of shame. I'm going to give you 7 signs that you may be struggling with shame. Number 1, these persistent feelings of inadequacy. If you find yourself muttering, I am wrong, I am a mistake, I am worthless, these are shame talking phrases. Number 2, shame often manifests itself in self criticism, perfectionism, and a fear of judgment from other people. Number 3, we may find ourselves unable to accept compliments, or we may even deflect that praise. Oh, I don't deserve that. Oh, no, that's not me. Oh, don't give me that praise. Oh, that belongs to somebody else. So we find it hard to accept the compliments somebody else gives us. Number 4, shame tends to isolate us. And so those battling with shame withdraw from social interactions, fearing we're going to be exposed or even humiliated. So shame causes us to avoid intimacy And the deeper we go into shame, then we avoid intimacy at all costs. So we must hide who we are, our true selves. So you hear the loneliness in shame? Number 5, someone wrestling with shame might avoid discussing personal struggles and vulnerabilities, creating a false self. Isolation reinforces shame's grip, more loneliness. It prevents the healing power of connection. That's what we all need, connection and empathy. Number 6, shame can manifest itself physically with symptoms such as low self-esteem, anxiety, depression, headaches, stomach aches, and other stress-related health issues. Number 7, shame shows up in a pervasive sense of guilt. Guilt. I am guilty, although it might be other people's fault. You're always feeling guilt. Guilt in small doses, God-given doses, it's helpful. It helps us to know that we did or said something wrong. That would be the good for you guilt or the good for you shame. We understand, okay, I'm human and I've made mistakes, or I made mistakes today. This, it helps us then to realign with our Heavenly Father, our Heavenly Papa. It helps us to realign with Him and with each other. But unending guilt, that's unhealthy and it makes us sick. So when we struggle with these symptoms, it is essential to consider the possibility that shame is at the root of our emotional distress. So it's important to remember that shame is not our true identity. Shame is not who we are. Shame is not who you are. Recognizing that we struggle with shame involves examining our self-talk and our self-compassion. My goal is that we talk to ourselves as if we were our own best friend. Sometimes I say things to myself I would never say to a friend ever, right? We want to talk to ourselves that way. So if we're struggling with toxic shame, we need help. Get some help. Identifying that shame is present in our lives is the first step to being able to disarm this silent tormentor. And that allows us to reclaim our self-worth and then pave the way for emotional healing. You are worthy. As a child of God, you are a child of God, someone that was made in His image, and you are of great value and great worth, and you deserve respect and honor that God has given every one of His children, those that He has made and loves deeply. So this can drastically improve our self-talk. Like imagine if I like myself, yeah, because I'm made in His image. Imagine what that's going to do for your self-talk. I'd love to hear from you. I would love to hear from you. How does self-talk impact you? How does shame impact you? And I want to share with you a tool that we have. It's very affordable, and it is our mindset tracker. And this is one way to become aware of the things that you say to yourself, these unconscious thoughts that sometimes escape our notice. And so with this amazing product, it's a simple PDF, and you can check out, how am I talking to myself, to become more aware of the things that you say to yourself. Well, this is part 3 of our 5-part lesson on shame and how it impacts our self-talk. I hope that you've enjoyed this series, and I can't wait to share with you what's happening. So stay tuned. Next week, we're going to equip you with one of the most healing strategies to triumph over shame. Shame can make you lose sight of who you are, but we don't need to be afraid of shame. We're going to be talking about the next step to break free from shame, starting with self-compassion. How do you treat yourself with kindness and understanding? I'm going to give you a mindset shift to help you get there, because here's the thing, you are worth it. Okay, I look forward to seeing you next week. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so that you stay up to date with future videos. We have so much more valuable content coming your way. So I'm going to empower you to break free from shame so that your self-talk is so powerful that you move on in life and the things that God has for you. So join our community and embark on this transformational journey together. Okay, we'll see you next week. Take care. God bless.